All right. Oh, class.
Oh, yes.
Oh, let's try that again. Oh, class.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for letting me come in today. If you guys forgot my name, I'm Mrs. Evans, and there's one thing about me that I love to do. I love to talk. I love art, but I do love to talk. But the kind of talking that we're going to do today actually has some structure to it. Similar to our bridges. We have to make sure that when we build our bridges that we have structure. We have a plan in place so that that bridge is going to withstand all that weight. Well, that structure is called a substantive conversation. Can you echo that for me? Substantive conversation.
Substantive conversation.
Well, with a substantive conversation, we have rules. We call them the norms. Your norms for your teams, you had a resource manager, you had a project leader, and you had a recorder. Those are like the norms. You follow those things that a recorder is supposed to do. Well, the norms for having a conversation are these. Echo them as I go. Number 1, listen carefully and take turns.
Listen carefully and take turns.
Number 2, stay on topic. Number 3, ask questions.
Number 3, ask questions.
Number 4, build or add on each other's ideas.
Number 4, build or add on each other's ideas.
Excellent. So, what you guys are going to have today with your teams is a sheet of paper like this. And this down here, this is called our base. If we want a strong base to our bridge, there's a little platform there. We also are going to use that to put our provocative question, a really good question in there, because that's going to be the base of our conversation. If I have a question that is just a yes or no question, can we talk much about that? It's just yes or no. One person says it, the another person says either yes and the other one says no. But if we have 3 people in our group, someone got left out, right? Did someone get left out? All right, so in this conversation, we're going to build the conversation around a topic. And that's why I wrote up here in our ICANN, today I can have a conversation with my team and stay on topic. Can you echo that for me?
I can have a conversation with my team and stay on topic.
That brings up the topic. The topic that we are going to be discussing in the base down here, I have leveled questions. Some are pretty easy, then a medium, and then one that's going to cause us to think a little bit farther, a little bit more creative, really have an opinion within that. Because in some questions, we might be able to just recall. If I was to describe my thinking to you, if I was a resource manager, I remember yesterday that in reading, Mrs. Camp read to you, do we have everything we need? Is our workspace staying neat and organized? I could just list those because I recalled them. But maybe there's something you add to that resource manager that's not on this list. Okay? So adding more to that. When you guys have your levels of questioning today, we're all going to start with level 1, the number 1 question. That question we're going to place right down here at the base. Okay? The other 2 questions we don't take out until it's our turn. What you guys are going to do then is each of you will have a popsicle stick. Remind me again, what is the most strongest or the biggest strength a bridge can have? What type or what part of the structure do we need to complete?
The base.
The base. And what did you guys create yesterday? In addition to that base, you guys worked on something. What do you think?
Triangle.
Why? Why is that triangle important?
Because they're the most strongest.
They're the most strongest. Does anyone want to add to that?
Because like when something gets on the points, they share it. Those 2 sides share it. That's how.
The other sides share the strength of that. So they got it. It's not just one holding it up. It's all 3. They're using all 3 of those. Well, that's what our conversation is going to be like. In every question, you get 3 times to add to the conversation, and in hopes that part of your bridge is being formed with that conversation. We have the base, and then we have our triangle that's up here. So Asher, you'd be sharing 3 times with your popsicle sticks. If Asher only has 2 up there, but everybody else has their 3 or their triangle created, Asher needs to share again before we can go on, and Mrs. Evans will read question 2. Okay? When we do this, we talk about taking turns. I know right over here in your social, I can take turns when talking with a friend. Sometimes we do that with a switch. We do a high five switch. So if I shared my thought of the conversation and I'm done talking now, I'll do a high five switch and it's your turn. And you get to share. When she's done, she can do a high five switch to the next. That's just an easy way for me to get everyone involved. There may be another way that you actually do it in Mrs. Camp's room already so that not everyone is talking at once. Now, I told you I like to do a lot of talking, right? But this isn't about me. It's about you and your conversations. So what we need to do, and you've got 30 seconds without running, over on this table over here, I've given each group the number of popsicle sticks that you need and your questioning and your base. I need you to find that, and we're going to spread out in the room. 30 seconds, walking, no voices, go. No voices. It will probably work best if you're on the floor. So if you're on the floor, you need a solid base. We don't want our bridge to crumble on us. Excellent. Okay, I need everyone to have 3 popsicle sticks in their hand because if I've miscounted, I need to get you some more. Remember that having a conversation is about you getting your thoughts out of your mind. It's a chance for you guys to tell us what you think. So you have 3 opportunities to do that. I'd like you to find question that has the number 1 on it.
3 more.
You need 3 more popsicle sticks? Go ahead and grab them. Okay.
We don't have a number on ours. Only this one.
Here you go, sweetie. Grab mine. Okay. All right. Does everyone find question 1? Put it in your base of your bridge. The other questions, we're just going to leave those aside. Put it right on the base. If I was to do that, it's right where that says provocative question. My question to you and your team is, what has been the most challenging piece in constructing your bridge while working with a team? Most challenging. When you had to build, that's what construct is, your bridge. Each time you talk, you put 1 stick in. All right. Begin.
We have to talk together super well. We got to talk together super well, but like the base is just like falling apart every like a time.
Share. So you put 1 popsicle stick.
Yeah.
You want to share 3 times.
Logan, it's your turn now.
So you put 1 in. Does someone else have a conversation?
I think.
Perfect. Did you get enough sticks?
So me.
Remember, you can do a high five switch. Make sure everyone.
Wait, no. You put your own down. Because then we'd all, obviously, no, stop. Logan, you put your one down. So like this. No, like this. What's the hardest? Like whoever. What are you going to say? What you did, like what you talked about, would work because
If I'm looking at your face, I should see some triangles being formed because your conversation has been building.
We're doing about yours. It would probably be like it's so stressful. Like since building the base, it was easy at first, but then since that base broke, now it's so stressful. It's crazy. Don't I do that?
I think another part that was pretty stressful was like building the triangles. Well, it's not like really stressful, but you're like, how long until I'm done with all these triangles? And like we finally finished it because they were little past 18 inches.
But then also the things like perfect. You got the sides perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that was me. Who do you do next? Who do you want to do next?
I think something that really stressful was like the thing keeps on breaking, like because I didn't then when we keep it apart, it would start breaking.
Wait, you gotta put the triangle thing. For me, when I was making the top, I was like, the pressure I think was like on me because I had to make the top like perfect, So that was
Did
really
everyone
stressful.
get to share at least one time?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you got to share 2 times. Who got to share 3 times? Okay. We're going to switch to question 2. Now remember that every time you create yours, you add to the conversation, you create one part of the triangle. Now as a team, you can build that triangle together, or each of you can build your own triangle yourselves.
I'm doing that.
Okay? As long as you add 3 times to that conversation. Remember, we're working on building around the conversation around the topic. So stay on the topic. Question number 2 says, put that at your base. Was there ideas that you had that didn't work, and how did your team resolve them? Resolve means how did you handle that in a good manner? How did you do that without arguing? Go ahead and share.
Remember when I said we were gonna make like that over thing on that passage thing, and after I like put them on, it just fell apart. Yeah. High five. Okay, your turn. What were we talking about? Problems that didn't work. When we were trying to connect like the second side, that was really hard. It snapped on us. We couldn't. It was hard. I think we struggled with that when we connected all those popsicles together. They kept on it didn't really work very well, and some just even slid off, and it was just too hard. I think when
Parker, you said that we were doing it all wrong, and we took it apart, and we ended up being right. That messed us up bad. Okay, here.
I messed this up.
I think it was hard when we were trying to figure out what bridge we were making.
High five. High five. I think the hardest part was when getting the second part. That was kind of really hard. But the second set, because it just kept on falling apart. It started when we started putting glue on it some more, it just wouldn't come on, and that was the most hardest part we probably ever had. Hardest problem.
I think when we measured the thing too wrong, and we ended up putting it perfectly, but the thing it wasn't long enough, and kind of had to re-glue everything and add up on the sticks and stuff. Yeah. Oh, that was my last turn, just to tell you. I think that the bottom platform that we're gonna have, I think that was really hard. It was pretty hard because we couldn't glue it, we measured it wrong. It was hard. That was my last one, just to tell ya.
Alright. The most hardest part was when we were doing the bottom layer, we kept on touching it, and it didn't. When we tried to pick up the bottom layer, we tried picking it up, but it would stick onto the wood, and that was a problem. That means we had to let it dry, and whenever we would touch it, a stick would slip and fall off.
Okay, people, that was the end of our talk. Peace out.
Boys and girls, I see several triangles that are being formed. And if I see that all 3 triangles and some have 4, then I know your conversation is continuing to build. Remember that without one person in your group creating that structure of your bridge or your conversation, then we haven't done something right. Just like the bridge is going to fall apart, our conversation is built with all of our voices. So we all want to have a voice to be able to share. Let's go to question number 3. Number 3, I will read to you. I want to see your triangles of your structured conversation being formed around this question. It's going to take a whole lot of thinking, so you may have to think a little bit before you answer. Can you think of how the structure and strength of a bridge resembles anything else in your life or the lives of others? What else requires strength and structure? It may not be a bridge, but it resembles something like that. If I had to do my thinking, I'm going to say my family. My family, I'm built that structure. I have a mom and dad. I am the 5th child out of 6. It's like a family tree. That structure starts with the roots from my family, my mom and dad, and we have brothers and sisters that are the big branches. From those branches, I have little branches because every one of my brothers and sisters, we all have kids. Those dangle down. So although a tree is not a bridge, that tree can't grow without structure. That structure of my family tree. So, what would be something that the structure and strength of a bridge resembles something in your life or the lives of others? Question number 3. You may begin. Number 3. We got question number 3 down there.
It'd probably be.
Oh, sorry. That's okay.
In my life, it would probably be.
Your boyfriend? I'm not saying that you do have one, but if you did, that's just an example. Okay. Or like, if you had a wife, kids, or whoever, you'd have like a tree.
Aiden.
No, you.
No, TikTok.
Fine. It would be my family.
And how is the family a structure or strength?
Because they help me a lot.
So your friends.
They like help me and they're nice to me and they're not like me.
And if you didn't have that structure or strength from your family, would you feel left out?
Yeah.
Crumble a little bit, just like a bridge would fall if part of that structure was missing? All right, someone else. Good, high fives, good.
I think my family would be like best thing because, well, they love me and they take care of me, and they would die for us, and if I wouldn't have family, I would just be left out and hurt and broken.
Yeah. I mean, that's all of us. You're shedding tears over here.
I know that my family loves me, and I know that they'll take care of me.
Good talk.
But I'm gonna have to see my friends because if I didn't have any friends, I would probably be lonely, like seeing all those other people with friends, and it would be nice to have some. And kind of like a bridge, if you didn't have one, it would probably crumble down because
It cave in.
like all the wood or the steel or the nails, they have all each other to keep the bridge up. But
The bridge
one
can't just
keep
keep.
it up, it's not gonna hold. It's gonna crumple down like me and let them have it.
Good speech. If I didn't have any family, I'd probably be crying right now. And if I didn't have any family, mom, dad, or anyone, I probably would not be wearing these clothes right now. And if it wasn't for our families, we would be all homeless. We wouldn't have any food, no toys.
Well,
We wouldn't be here right now, and it would just be sad.
well,
Right out.
I would be, my family would be because they provide food when we're little, because we get food.
I'm literally about to cry.
What?
Livy's about to bawl.
Because
You can see it in her eyes.
because they provide food for us, and well, if I didn't have that,
They get us presents.
you wouldn't be here right now.
Sorry.
Um,
And by the way, we wouldn't have Christmas presents.
I would like you to leave all of your items right where they're at. That will be my pickup. What I'd like you to do is quickly get up to the carpet because we're going to be going home here shortly. I need to ask a few questions to you. quick as quick can be.
Want me to pick this up? I pick this up.
There's our bus bell.
Get our popsicle sticks back in our face.